in Vince McMahon. Cody Rhodes don't stand a chance. Someone tell me what's the fuss? Joey Ryan grabbed his nuts. Oh, big deal.
Woke up this morning, got yourself a gun.
Yeah. I told you to never fucking call me on this fucking number. I don't give a shit about your fucking feelings. I wipe my ass with your fucking feelings. You don't call me on this fucking number anymore. Motherfucker. Got yourself a gun. Got yourself a gun. I wipe my ass with your feelings.
Cup of cool.
Thinking it over, the things you said to me. Welcome to 5 Minutes with the Pharaoh. Today I want to talk about the big noise. The big noise going on is obviously AEW, All Elite Wrestling. Another interesting week. Looks like the big catch has been caught. Kenny Omega is officially vice president, okay, of AEW and has officially joined the roster. So, do we panic if we are Vince McMahon supporters? Okay, here's the Pharaoh's twisted take on what I think about all of this. I don't think right now Vince McMahon has any reason to panic. Just keep your eyes on it. Is there really, how do I explain this? The stars that they're building with AEW at the given moment are coming in from independently, obviously, but they are established stars. So they're coming in with some established stars that have come from outside of Vince's world. Okay? That's fine. They have money, so they will probably try to pry some of Vince's established stars, there's those two words again, established stars, from Vince's hands to their company. And this may happen. Okay. So far, and I agree with my partner, Mr. Monte from Monte and the Pharaoh, sounds like WCW to me so far. Now here's where things will make or break everything on both sides of the coin, whether you're a WWE supporter, an AEW supporter, or if you're one of those like me, and I'm actually hoping both do well. It's good for the fan, you know. Here's where the make or break happens for me. Will Vince McMahon realize how to counter? Because what's going to really need to happen here is that they're going to both have to create new stars. In the end, you can pluck established names. We've seen this game before. Let's see if Vince McMahon can create new stars to counter if AEW can even create new stars. Has anybody stopped to think about that? That's going to be on them too. That's a big burden. You get a TV deal, there's a lot of established stars. You can milk that cow for a little while. WCW did it. But for a long time, for the big picture, for 20 years from now, for 25 years from now, no. You're going to have to create your own stars. And that's really going to be the difference here. That's the make it or break it as far as I'm concerned. And that's the unknown. We don't know how this is going to all play out. You know, Vince McMahon needs to, and it's being more and more asserted, that the company is the star. I don't know if that's going to work here. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. The company needs to remain the biggest in the world if you're Vince McMahon, but the stars need to get a little bit bigger than what they are. John Cena is probably the last of the great ones, as my partner says, but John Cena himself even was a company trademark almost, if you understand what I'm saying. Very processed star. Very Vince McMahon made star. We don't see Stone Colds anymore. We don't see that type. We need to see that now. It's a very edgy world. It's a very pissed off world. We need to see a little more realism and a little less spoon feeding. Plastic, a little less Hollywood, please. Anyone who saw the All-In press conference this week where Kenny Omega made his debut and Chris Jericho showed up, that felt very WCW to me, just on a field level. I'm not saying they're going to be WCW. They may be that company that takes Vince down. Who knows? But you can see there's going to be some production value, which is good. That's good. But let's not get crazy here. You know, Kenny Omega is a stud. Chris Jericho is almost 50, and I love Jericho. He's one of my all-time favorites, but you cannot, come on, they're going to need to make new stars. Just as Vince at some point is going to need to make new stars. He was doing it with Roman Reigns. Roman is sick now, you know, but we need the stars to rise a little bit higher up in the sky. Even in your world, Vince, you got to do this because it's going to be a necessary thing to counter what's coming. The Khans have money. So what, Vince? Ted had more money than you. How'd that turn out? So I still trust in Vince, but at the same time, just be cautiously aware of what's going on. And as for the wrestling fans, we win. This is great. This is the most noise and the most nervousness I've sensed out of WWE in a long time, and I think it's good for me and you at home. So, in closing, this is a much warmer Pharaoh. Somehow it turned into 50 degrees after last week's 18-degree thing. And I bid you adieu. Stay tuned for future episodes of Monty and the Pharaoh, shown every week on Thursdays at 8:05, Village Connection Network, Facebook Live. Stay tuned next week when we return with 5 Minutes with the Pharaoh, and take a look for us on Sundays on Village Connection Network with Mr. Jim Savali. Jimbo! All right, till next time, toodles! Oh, that means later.
That's right.
What?
The 30th episode of 5 Minutes with the Pharaoh.
30? I can't even count that high.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, that was quick. Oh, okay, here's to another 30. That's... What? What? And,